Hi guys, welcome to the Hotspots exercise. I think we'll probably split, I'll see how we go, but I think we'll probably split this up into 3 videos. So we're just the first video we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk about drawing the hotspots. And the next thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna test if we're clicking inside the hotspot, and then we're gonna do something when we are clicking inside the hotspot. Okay, so by hotspots I mean we've got these crazy shapes here, and we want to find out if you're clicking on them, and when you click on the shape we want to do something. So it's something that you guys will probably all do some element of. You can see that this frame is made up of a series of images, and let me show you what those images are when I can find my Finder window. Let me show you. Okay, so this is made up of a background and then a series of blobs, and I've got some green and I've got duplicates in here. I've got a green and a purple one because I will use that in further down the track here. But I've got 4 blobs, and I've got them all sort of printed out on the page, and I want to test if we're going to click inside it. Yeah. So first thing we do is we will let's just ignore all of that for now. I'm using this inside. I just wanted to do it inside the tap essay. So I've got a sort of tap essay, the tap essay variables here. I wanted to do it inside the tap essay so that you guys could sort of see how you might go about actually using it. So I'm going to try and do it on page 2. So you can see that we've got page 3. We've got page 3 here. We've got 1. We've got page 2 is where it's going to happen, and then we've got page 3. Okay. So just ignore all these for the moment. I just want to step through drawing them in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use in our preload function here. We're going to load our images in. Yeah, so we've got all our images in. We've got the background. We're declaring the background variable. We've got some other variables in there for those. You know what? We don't. Okay, we should have some variables declared in here. For each blob. Let's just go with 2, 3, 4. Green. Green. So we've got our variables for our images there, and then we're loading our images into our variables. Yeah. So let's draw them into our screen here. So we're going to use the draw function. We've set up the canvas 900 by 600. We've given it a background color. First screen is here. If it's screen equals 1, we're on page 1. Screen equals 2. This is where we want to draw everything. So we're going to do it all in here. Yeah. We're going to draw a background image in. So image, background image, fill the width of the screen. And then we are going to draw our blobs. So there's blob 1. Blob 1 purple, and we're going to draw it in. Blob 2 purple, blob 3 purple, blob 4 purple. Okay, and then we're going to have some text that says page 2. So if we save that, we can see that that's what we've got. Yeah. I'm just going to comment this out for the moment. So we've got our blobs in our page, in page 2. Now, because we're working on page 2, I'm just going to set this initially to 2. Because I don't want to have to always click through the page 2. So we're on page 2 now when we load. Okay. So we've drawn our blobs. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our hotspots. So our hotspots are shapes that sit over the top of our shapes. And the reason that we've done this video is because someone was asking, you know, what if I've got a complex shape? How can I draw something just over that complex shape? So here I'm going to show you how to do that. Now the first, you can go as complex or as simple as you like. Yeah, I'd encourage you guys to go simple because you've got a lot of things to worry about. So I'd encourage you, if you had a shape like this, to just use a circle, yeah, as your hotspot. So there's our hotspot. We're going to use blob1x and blob1y, which are some variables that we've saved up here. Yeah, we've saved them as variables because I'm going to reuse them. Okay, and the blob1 radius times by 2 is the width of the circle and the height of the circle. Yeah, I've saved them as variables because I'm going to use them when I'm trying to test whether we're inside that hotspot. Okay, so that's what I'd encourage you to do if your shape is like that. But of course you can reduce the size of the circle. You could put 2 or 3 circles here, but I would encourage you to go simple because you've got enough to worry about. Yeah, so that I think is a fine hotspot for that shape. Yeah. Blob 2, that's a strange sort of shape, and maybe you've got something else up here that you don't want to hit in the hotspot. So I would say that you could draw a triangle for that one. So let's draw a triangle. There's our triangle. So that's going to be our hotspot. You can see that I'm drawing these. I've got fill as 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's transparent fill, and I've got I will when we get to it, we'll have no stroke on them, and the hotspots will be there without a stroke, but for now we're trying to draw them. I just want to see them. Okay. So you can make your hotspots made up of triangles, circles, rectangles, which we're going to use for blob 3, that I think is fine. Yeah, but as I say, you could put a rectangle here. You can make it up with more than one shape. So on blob 4, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it up with 2 shapes here. Okay. Now I just want to show you that so that you know that you can use more than one shape if you want to. But what it does is it adds complexity when you're trying to test if it's inside it. Yeah. It just means you've got to test if it's inside multiple shapes. Okay. So there we are. We've drawn our hotspots over our complex shapes. Now I just want you to go simple. I don't want you to try and trace the exact thing, okay? Trace the exact shape. I just want you to use these simple shapes, circles, triangles, and rectangles, because they're shapes that we can easily test if our mouse is inside it, okay? So I'm going to stop the video there. You guys can think about that and go through it and slow it down, and then I'm going to move on to, what am I going to move on to? I'm going to move on to testing if we're clicking inside the hotspots. Okay, I'm actually gonna let's engage in that in the next video. Okay.